Hey guys, it's Narelle here, and welcome back to a new video. This video is going to be my next cheap art supply challenge, and I decided to do another one because I like all the cheap art supplies I actually buy. So I was at Dollar Tree today, and I actually saw these two things, and I'm like, I have to try these out. So as for my pens, I actually got the ink level premium, and it says it's advanced ink technology, triangular barrel, which is kind of like the stapler pens, smooth bold clean lines, and quick dry. So I saw quick dry, and I'm like, I guess that means they're waterproof, but on the back it just says too low viscosity. Hopefully I said that word right. Ink pens. So, yeah, and it has performance, style, and value. So that's the pens I got, and I decided to do the same medium that I did in my other cheap art supply challenge. Well, it wasn't the same medium, but I used it the same way that I'm going to use this one for, which is watercolor. I was actually looking at this really hard at Dollar Tree, and I'm like, these have to be watercolor because they're dry pan paints and they have a brush. And I'm not using this brush because it's the plastic brush, and these are like death waiting for you. So I'm going to go ahead and get these open and kind of just show you how they look like. Alrighty, so we are mighty close to my paper, and it says swatches. If I did not spell that right, I'm going to kick myself. So make sure I spelled that right, guys. But these are the pens, and I'm going to open them up for you guys. And I should have kept my other setup, but I'm a little bit too dumb to kind of realize that you guys won't be able to see the full unboxing of these, but it's okay. It's alright. And these look like professional pens, so I am excited. And they had a little plastic thing there. They're really light, which I really like. And if they're not good for drawings, I'll sketch with them in my sketchbook, which is actually really nice. So they're a click type of pen, so click, and they have the little circular thing at the end because pens typically have that if they're gel pens. I'm going to swatch this pen. So I'm going to make some squiggly lines because I can. These look like it's a ballpoint ink. Not these look like. It looks like a ballpoint pen ink. So I'm not really sure if it's ballpoint pen or gel pen. I think it's gel. And I literally really want to see how quick this thing dries because since I got watercolors, I really want this to be waterproof. So if they're not waterproof, I'm going to cry. So I'm going to wait a good couple of seconds and let that dry. So while that's drying, I'm going to go ahead and open up these lovely watercolors, which you guys can't really see fully. So I'm going to have to put this higher so you guys can see me actually open this. All right, we're back. So these are the paints. They have really good color variety. So I'm going to open this up. So it has this, and I'm going to go ahead and get this brush out. So I think this is glued on there. Yep, it's glued. So these are the paints. Trying to make sure they don't fall out because cheap watercolors do that. They'll fall right on out the plastic, so that's good. And I swear I think these are watercolor paints. They kind of come off of your finger. Let me rub that really good. So I don't think this is a good thing if it kind of rubs off on your finger. But yeah, so I'm gonna swatch them all on here, and I probably will speed up this part because I think it's gonna take forever for me to do this. So I'm gonna speed it up as of now. so I swatched out all of these colors, and my oh my, these are really hard to actually get the color off, and they're actually kind of drying right now, and you can see that these do not dry well. You can kind of see the brush strokes, so I am like really scared. So I might actually use my mixed media paper to do my drawing, because I might have a better luck with blending these out on this paper than I'm going to do with this cardstock. So what I'm going to do now is make sure this pen is waterproof. So I'm just going to use my water brush, which is right here. So I'll let this sit for a little bit. So it should be dry. I'm going to make sure. So hopefully this is dry enough. All right. We're going to wet this a little bit. So. And yeah, it's waterproof, guys. It's legit waterproof. I'm going to see how fresh ink works. Let's see when it's really fresh. Like, guys, this is waterproof. Like, I laid it down. Right now, it is not moving. This pen is amazing with water. So I like the fact that this pen works its job. And these watercolors, man, I am like going to cry. Because I'm just like, what can I do? As of now, I'm kind of not liking these at all. So I'll let you know my final thoughts, because this is just me swatching them. So once I kind of get in a painting with these colors, I'll tell you if they blended well, or if they're just not something you should pick up at a dollar store. Because I've seen these every time I went to Dollar Tree, and I'm like, are these acrylics or are they watercolor? And they're watercolor. It's just that they're just temperamental. I might actually do like a bigger piece so I can see if these can work in larger areas, but I'm gonna shut up now and just get to my drawing. Alrighty, so we are now in the coloring portion of this video, and I decided to draw Dobby from Hero Academia as the drawing because he's a really cool character, and after I finished the piece, I realized how creepy Ashley is, so hopefully I will not have any nightmares about him tonight, because I will not want to see him in my dreams. So anyways, I'm going to start off with the positives about this paint, because this paint really does have a little bit of positives about it. So the colors, when you actually put them on the paper, they're easy to move. You don't have to put a lot of water on the paper to move them like some watercolors. So that's a major plus in my book. The colors give really easy, cool effects. You'll see that a lot more when I'm coloring his flesh area. I actually kind of just dabbed the paint on the area, and it gave a nice fleshy effect. Another thing about these paints that I really love is that you can use your finger to blend them, because they're kind of chalky, and with that feeling you can mix them with your hand, which I think is super cool. And the last thing I really like about these paints is the fact that they're vibrant. You don't have to put a lot of water on them to get them to be vibrant. They're really vibrant paints. So they're really nice if you really want something to start off with. And these are the things I don't like about these paints. These paints stain your brush very easily. I actually have like an art rag that my sister's best friend gave me, and it was clean when I started this piece. It's dirty, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So use a brush that you do not mind getting dirty. Another thing I don't like about these paints is because they're chalky. Like, the chalkiness can be a plus and a negative depending on how you feel, but they're really chalky paints. Another thing, which is a plus and a negative, they move when you put your hand on them. So after you finish your piece, do not rub your hand on it, or your paint is just going to disappear. Another thing I don't really like about these paints is the fact that they don't blend with another color. On Dobby's skin, I made sure to use a different color rather than the normal skin color. So I added some blue in there, and the blue legit destroyed the red and moved the red off the page. So I actually had to dab more red in there to keep the red in the fleshy area. So don't use two different colors on top of one another because it just doesn't work. And that's pretty much it for what I liked and didn't like with the paints. Like I said in the testing, the pen is amazing. The pen did not smear when I layered the water on it. It's a really nice pen to use when you want to just dab into watercolor and you don't want to buy a micron right away. You can actually buy this pen for $1 at Dollar Tree and it works amazing. So that's my feelings of this cheap art supply challenge. I struggled and I'm done with my struggles. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys loved how this turned out, let me know. I again have really mixed feelings about this picture in general. Not only is it creepy, it's just that I'm gonna have to hide it away from my sight and never see it again because I'm just gonna forever be creeped out looking at Dobby's. Thank you so much for watching. Give this a like if you liked it. Give me a comment on what you think about it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.